What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the 2K channel. And today we are back doing some more rebuilds, obviously, and today we got the Atlanta Hawks. So there's been a lot of rumors circling around the Atlanta Hawks on how they could be a mini fire sale team looking to retool around Trae Young. So I think this could be a very fun rebuild today, so that's what we're going to be doing. Basically, going to try to retool this team around Trae Young with a mini fire sale. Before we get into today's video, guys, if you could leave it a like, of course, subscribe if you're new around here, that'd be greatly appreciated. Also, comment down below what you want to see the Atlanta Hawks do this offseason. Obviously, we're going to do a rebuild over this offseason and then see how it goes for like maybe 2 or 3 seasons. And then I want to hear what you guys have to say as well. But talking about the Atlanta Hawks for a second, obviously, they're in this position because they were in the Eastern Conference Finals. They overachieved a couple years ago. They had no business being there because Philadelphia disappointed, but they got there. Shout out to the Atlanta Hawks, not discrediting them for that, but they overachieved and got there. And then this second season, it was really disappointing. They got the 8th seed, came from the play-in tournament, and then got eliminated by the Miami Heat in 5 games. So one thing the Atlanta Hawks need to find this offseason is another guy who can, create shots and be another playmaker outside of just Trae Young, because that was one thing the Miami Heat were able to expose pretty easily, was just double teaming Trae Young, and nobody else could really do anything. DeAndre Hunter, Onyeka Okongwu, and Trae Young are only 3 guys that are safe, really. So it'll be DeAndre Hunter, and then it'll be Onyeka Okongwu. Those are the 3 guys I feel like are safe for Atlanta. Everyone else seems like they're very, very available. So John Collins seems like he is going to be on his way out this offseason. That has been something that's been talked about a lot. He's been in trade rumors forever. So I already have a trade that I have in mind for John Collins, and it's been a real-life rumor as well. So we are going to get to that in a second. But of course, as usual, I have to get coaching staff changes here. The worst part about 2K NBA here, this training camps are gone. Now you have a whole staff you have to give, and it takes forever to sign them. So I'm going to fill this out real quick. Then we're going to talk about some potential trades for Collins and then some other trades we can chase to retool this team around Trae Young properly this offseason. So heading to draft night, when we look at our current assets as of right now, we have the 16th overall pick and we have a 2nd round pick as well. And then of course, John Collins is a guy we are looking to trade away this offseason. It seems inevitable at this point that John Collins will be on his way out of this team. Now, I don't know if you trade John Collins to like the Jazz for like Rudy Gobert, because that's been a rumor. Rudy Gobert to the Atlanta Hawks has been a rumor, like that's really circling right now. So the Hawks could maybe line up John Collins for that. But one thing I actually want to do instead is, this has also been a rumor. Jake Fisher just wrote about this, so I think it's a interesting trade. I saw that Blazers, were interested in John Collins for like number 7, so we could get number 7 for John Collins, and I'd feel pretty happy with that. So let's say John Collins for number 7. Now, personally, as a Blazers fan, being the greedy man that I am, I would love nothing more to get 16 out of them as well. That way we have more assets to make another trade. But since I am the Hawks GM in perspective today, I'm not going to give them another asset. So John Collins for number 7, and I don't really think there's anything else I can get. Maybe I, get Keon Johnson from them as well, and they don't agree to that. Okay, fair enough. What if I gave you my 2nd round pick? No. Okay, so what if we just did, Collins for 7? They agree. So we had the 7th overall pick. Was trying to squeeze Keon Johnson as well, but that's okay. So we get John Collins out of here, and now we have the 7th overall pick in this draft, which has been talked about a little bit in Jake Fisher's article, like I mentioned. So first trade is done. The next thing I kind of wanted to look into is, again, that Rudy Gobert trade that's been kind of talked about. Rudy Gobert and the Atlanta Hawks. Now, I think it's an interesting player to have next to Trae Young, but I'm not really sure it still address everything, which is why we wouldn't be completely done yet. We just created a trade exception with John Collins as well, which is actually very intriguing to think about. But with $23 million available to us, so Gobert, what we want to do is we want to try to match his salary. Obviously, Capella would probably have to be in the trade if you're going to get Gobert on this team. So Gobert we'd actually have to add the trade exception, looks like. So Clint Capella trade exception, that's not going to get it done. I'll offer 16, and I'll also offer, let's say, Jalen Johnson, and we'll offer this. They don't agree with that, so it's Capella, Jalen Johnson, 16th overall pick. I'm not offering number 7 because I want to draft at number 7. And then 2026, maybe another future first. They still don't agree to that. Interesting. I don't think I can throw another salary in. Gallinari. They could really take on Gallinari's salary. I find that very surprising. Let's say if we just offer this, they don't agree. And I'll still offer another future first. But if this don't get it done, I am not doing it. Okay. So we get Rudy Gobert on the Atlanta Hawks, which, like I said, has been a rumor. So I think we just use that trade exception up. So we can't really, use that trade exception anymore, I believe. So that's fine. Exception, actually, it's still here. So we still have a $23 million trade exception. So we still could use it. Okay, nice. But Trae Young, DeLon Wright, Bojan Bogdanovic is still here, Kevin Huerter, and then you have DeAndre Hunter, who I said was safe. You have no power forward right now. Then you have Rudy Gobert and Onyeka Okongwu. So that is a little bit of a retool that I do like, but there's also another player we could potentially get with that trade exception we just created. So why not? Let's try to retool a little bit even further. Immediately, a guy that comes to mind that fits in that trade exception, of course, is like Jerami Grant on the Pistons. I guess if we had a trade exception, we could get like Jerami Grant and he could be next to Gobert, and then you have an interesting front court there. So let's say we threw in that exception for $23 million, and then we offer, I don't even know what we'd be able to offer. We offered a future first for, I would offer one first. Yeah, I don't think this is going to happen. They want my, yeah, not going to happen. So never mind. Well, we may not even worry about the exception at all. Let's just head into the draft because I'm not trading 7 for Jerami Grant. I'm just not going to do it. So let's see if we can get at number 7 now that we have it from the Trailblazers. So the Trailblazers get Collins, and now we have number 7. So heading in to this draft and see who's gone so far. So Paulo goes number 1. Jabari goes number 2. AJ Griffin goes number 3. Shaedon Sharpe number 4 to the Kings. So technically Jaden Ivey is here, but I don't think Jaden Ivey will be here in real life. So I'm going to try to be realistic today. So Benedict Mathurin definitely could be here, but one player that I've heard is definitely on the Atlanta Hawks radar is Dyson Daniels. He'd be another guy that could take some pressure off Trae Young. Decent defender, has solid playmaking. So I think Dyson Daniels and Trae Young could be interesting backcourt. So I am going to go ahead and take Dyson Daniels at number 7 because that has also been something that's been talked about. And then as far as who we're going to take here, I mean, Marjon Beauchamp is still here, so I think I'm just going to take him with my second round pick. So just like that, we come out with Dyson Daniels and Gobert so far, which is nice. We're relying on a rookie, though, so we still don't want to be done just yet. Player options, we have Skylar Mays, Kevin Knox. I mean, if they want to come back, sure. If not, no big deal. But free agency, I mean, I don't know if we have any money to spend like that. No. So we need a power forward because we really don't have one at all. And technically, we do want to trade probably Huerter or Bogdan, but it's probably going to most likely be Kevin Huerter because Bogdan is on the 1-year deal. So he'd be a little bit more expendable. So we need a power forward on this team very badly. So let's look at the power forwards now that, John Collins is gone. So power forwards, I guess we can do small forwards / power forwards we can get. So we can definitely match salary. So let's see. Let's also do it to where they're making around like 20 million per year or something like that. I'll say like 23, 25, 24.5. So RJ Barrett, John Collins, Wendell Carter Jr., Mikal Bridges, Miles Bridges, a free agent. Jerami Grant, again, was an option I brought up earlier. So maybe we just do that. OG Anunoby, Jabari Smith Jr., Zion, Bojan Bogdanovic, Harrison Barnes would be intriguing. Scotty Barnes, Lauri Markkanen. Then you have Keegan Murray from the Charlotte Hornets, who they drafted. Finney Smith. Aaron Gordon could be gettable, but I'm not sure I'd want Aaron Gordon. PJ Washington. So I low-key think Jerami Grant might be our best option to get like a starting caliber power forward right now. So maybe that's who we go for. So I am going to go ahead and go to the Pistons, and I'm going to try to get Jerami Grant to be that power forward because we really don't have one right now. So again, I can throw the exception in here, and I'll offer one lottery protected first for Jerami Grant. They want Bojan Bogdanovic and a future protection first, and then we get Hamdou Diallo in return. Yeah, I think I'll do this. We're going to get Jerami Grant and Hamdou Diallo. We trade Bogdan. We give up 2 firsts for Jerami Grant, which I don't feel great about, but at the same time, we are retooling around Trae Young. So just like that, we kind of have a little bit of a retool. So Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, Dyson Daniels, Hamdou Diallo, and DeAndre Hunter. DeAndre Hunter will still be the starting small forward, obviously. Then Jerami Grant, and then you have Rudy Gobert and Onyeka Okongwu. So this is kind of your new look Atlanta Hawks roster. It's an interesting one, but it is your new look roster. So I like it. I do like it. I think it's intriguing. But is there anything else I really want to do? I think we kind of have a full rotation. It's going to be Trae, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we could technically use like another power forward or a backup point guard. So like Isaiah Thomas. You have Dennis Schroeder, who actually Schroeder could be a nice backup off the bench. Used to be the backup in Atlanta anyway, so he could reunite in Atlanta. I totally forgot he even played for Atlanta until I just said something. So Dennis Schroeder back in Atlanta, where he first came from. So now that is all said and done, going straight to player progression and taking a look at it. So Rudy Gobert goes down, Jerami Grant is up, Hunter is up, Hamdou Diallo is down. But that is your retool for the Atlanta Hawks. We traded John Collins, we have Gobert, we drafted Dyson Daniels, hoping he can be a really good playmaking guard next to Trae Young, take some pressure off of him. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this. So let's go straight to next season. After that interesting offseason we just had, and let's see how different this roster would look and how different our record would be after making all these moves. So we're going to go ahead and load that 2023 draft class. Then power ranking is going to land us at number 7, and this is going to be your rotation. So it's Nate McMillan, 10-man rotation, but I'm going to run a 9-man rotation. It's Trae Young. They still want to start Kevin Huerter, DeAndre Hunter, Jerami Grant, Rudy Gobert, Onyeka Okongwu, Hamdi Diallo, Dennis Schroeder, and then Marjon Beauchamp. They don't even want Dyson Daniels in the rotation, which I just can't get behind. I want Dyson Daniels in here over Marjon Beauchamp, to be honest with you. And low-key, kind of want to start Dyson Daniels this year over Huerter. But hey, man, if they want to give, I guess, I mean, let's do this. Let's flip this around, because I want Dyson Daniels to progress this season. So 23, and then let's say 27, because we're investing a lot in Dyson Daniels to be really good next to Trae Young. So I low-key really want to start Dyson Daniels. I'm going to start him. I'm going to start Dyson Daniels because, I mean, I'm basically looking for him to be really good for us. Proficiency-wise, we're 3.5 perimeter-centric, 7 seconds. So we'll leave it at perimeter-centric, which is going to be just fine. You're going to see how this team does. I mean, defensively, I think we're decent, so I'm pretty happy with that. There's a lot of good defense around Trae Young. Grant has some defensive potential. 2K gives him some good ratings. Gobert, obviously, a good interior defender. And then you have DeAndre Hunter, still a good defender. Then Kevin Huerter may not be the best, but I mean, and then Okongwu. And then I meant to talk about basically also Dyson Daniels, who projects to be a good defender. So let's go ahead and sum it to the end of this first season. I've done enough talking, and let's just let 2K do the talking and see where they finish us at. So at the end of the season, like usual, Luka Doncic is your MVP. Washington's rookie of the year on the Washington Wizards. Zubac is your 6th man on the Jazz. And then that's interesting. They got Zubac there. Defense player Giannis, and then Halliburton's the most improved on the Pacers, and Nick Nurse is your coach of the year. Christian Bartlett is your executive on the Pistons, and then here's your NBA first team with Luka, John Morant, Tatum, LeBron, and Embiid. Do you get Trae Young here anywhere? And no, Trae Young does not make an All-NBA team. Here's the all-offensive team. We got Gobert making it, which is lovely. Here's all-offensive second team. So we are the 5th seed in the East, which is a lot better than last year. I mean, last year we were the play-in team. So player stats-wise, 26 from Trae Young, 18.5 from Jerami Grant, 14 from Gobert, 14 from DeAndre Hunter, and then 12 from Dyson Daniels, and 5 assists as well. So like I said, Dyson Daniels is supposed to take some pressure off of Trae Young a little bit, you know, provide some playmaking, provide some defense. He didn't shoot great from 3, but he'll probably get better over time. And then Jerami Grant, I guess, was like another good option next to Trae Young as like a second option, it looks like. And then Gobert, 14 and 15 with almost 3 blocks per game. We know what Gobert does, but there's some good perimeter defenders, which the Jazz did not have last year around Gobert, which should make everything easier on him. So let's go ahead and see how we do in the playoffs. So we are going to have to play the Cleveland Cavaliers in round 1, and playing Cleveland is no easy task. They have Garland, Okoro, Markkanen, Mobley, Jarrett Allen. They did not keep Colin Sexton in this file, so that'll be interesting. They have Al Horford, so just even more bigs. But I kind of like my chances. I think we definitely still could beat the Cavaliers here game by game. We're up 1-0 to start things off. We beat them pretty easily in game 1, and they're at home, so taking one on their home court's always good. They even it up though at 136-132. Garland responds with a 45-point game. Trae Young had 45, but it did not matter. Game 3, we're up 2-1, so we take care of business at home. Trae Young drops 50. Garland with 45, so Trae Young and Garland are out here just freaking killing it. And we're up 3-1, 194. So we are the 5th seed potentially here to upset the 4th seed. And we do just that. We are into the second round, and we beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now we get to play the Pistons, who we made a trade with. So they have Killian Hayes, they have Cade Cunningham, Sadiq Bey, David Roddy. Who is David Roddy? Is that a rookie? I've never even heard of him before. Oh, well, I guess he's here. Chet Holmgren was drafted for them. Bojan Bogdanovic is there. Kelly Olynyk, Josh Jackson. Okay, let's see if we can beat the Detroit Pistons here. Game 1, we're down 1-0 start things off. Cade Cunningham with 34, and then Trae Young with 32. Game 2, they're up 2-0. Are they about to sweep us? No, we do win game 3 at home. Gobert dropped 16 to get us the win. Damn, that was kind of a crazy game, and we won that. Sadiq Bey 23. Can we win game 4? No, we cannot. We're down 3-1. Okay, Trae Young 22. We win game 5. No, we get eliminated in 5 games to the Detroit Pistons, and we have the Pistons going on to win the championship. Pelicans lose to the Pistons in 6. Looks like we got some more work to do. So let's get straight to it. We've traded a lot of draft picks, which is something I didn't love doing, but we did trade a lot of draft picks. So Pistons have our pick this year, so we really can't even worry about the first round picks at all. Staff signing, I mean, we can get a perimeter defensive coach real quick. That should help some things out, I think, anyway. We can get Dave Yeager, and then we can get like a good wing whisperer out here somewhere. We got Reeves, and we can just get Reeves, and hopefully they sign. Nope, he's going to reject. We get one, and perimeter defensive coach. Do we got anybody here? That's a perimeter defensive coach. Got Pittman with a ton of badges. So let's get him. And boom, we got him. Okay. Now to probably rookie signing, right? Because we don't even have our... Do we even have our second round pick? We did. We have 2 second round picks. They take Oscar and Will Richardson. I'll sign them both. Player options. Marjan, I'm going to accept, of course. Sharif Cooper, I'll accept as well. Then qualifying offers, DeAndre Hunter and Skylar Mays are both free agents. And I think Jerami Grant's a free agent this offseason as well. So I think I would like to keep Jerami Grant on this team. So I'm going to offer him a 4-year deal. So that gives us Jerami Grant back on the Atlanta Hawks. He played pretty well. And then I don't think we can offer anything else too much. And DeAndre Hunter will be the other guy we obviously want back. So DeAndre Hunter, I'm going to give him a 4-year deal to bring him back. And he gets an offer from the Spurs. But of course, we're going to match it. So now we're back to the drawing board. We got to the second round, but it did not get anywhere past that. So what do we do to maybe take the next step is the question. Marjan Beauchamp is frustrated. That's unfortunate. Dyson Daniels, looking for him to improve this next year. Then DeAndre Hunter, then Jerami Grant, and then Gobert and Yucca and Kongwu, and then you have Oscar now. But I think I want to make another trade. In particular, it'll be Kevin Huerter's contract probably. So he's making around $15 million per year. Okay, we could definitely, get to some other salary, but I don't know who I particularly want, to be honest with you. I kind of like my starters as is. Like, maybe we have Dyson Daniels as a bench player so we get a better shooting guard here. Just another backcourt member with Trae Young would be nice, I guess. Garland and Trae, imagine Garland and Trae Young. They were dropping 50s on each other. Something like that would be intriguing. Now, I just don't know where that comes from. Like Jamal Murray, if the Nuggets were willing to, move on to Jamal Murray. You got Malcolm Brogdon, who's always been brought up as a potential partner for the Hawks because he's another guy that could take some pressure off of Trae Young as far as ball handling and stuff like that. DeJounte Murray and Levine did not work out. And you have the Phoenix Suns with Devin Booker. I could add Devin Booker to this team, and that would definitely be really fun. I mean, if the Suns, I guess, were going to do a full-on rebuild and Devin Booker was available. Then you have like the Bradley Beal thing from the Washington Wizards. You have Bradley Beal on Atlanta. So there's a lot of good options here. So I think I do want to go for Devin Booker or Bradley Beal. And I think I would rather have Devin Booker, who is younger. And maybe the Suns would be willing to rebuild. I don't know. I mean, it looks like they're contending, though, so it may not be easy to pry Devin Booker away, but a man can try. If not, I'll go for Beal instead. So I have a huge haul going to the Washington Wizards for Bradley Beal. Devin Booker doesn't look like he's gettable. I mean, I can offer the same thing to the Suns, but I don't think they're going to accept it. It looks like would be salary-wise, it wouldn't match anyway. So I guess we're going to try to get Bradley Beal from the Washington Wizards to make this next jump, and they do not agree. Okay, I could throw Dyson Daniels in here technically. Maybe I do that instead of Marjan, I guess. Do I throw Dyson Daniels in here? I mean, do I really do that, though, is the question. I think I'd be giving up too much if I have Dyson Daniels in here. So Kevin Huerter, Schroeder first, and Dyson Daniels for Beal. They don't agree to that. Fair. I'll give you a couple of seconds as well. They still don't agree. And then I'll give you Oscar. Okay. We traded Dyson Daniels, which I feel really bad about because, like, I really wanted him to become something. But we got Bradley Beal, I guess. So DeAndre Hunter, Jerami Grant, and then we have Onyeka Okongwu, Gobert. So we need a backup forward and a backup point guard. But we pretty much accomplished what we wanted. So he's backup small forward, backup power forward. Let's grab that out here. So we have Osman, we have Max Strus, Royce O'Neal. Max Strus is not a power forward. 2K. I need to fix that for 2K, but I'm going to get Osman, somebody I don't sign all that often. And then Hamdi Diallo. Can I get Diallo back still? Because that would be awesome if I could. So all positions, Hamdi Diallo. Do I have his money? I don't even know where he's at. I guess I could just player finder for him. And no, I cannot. Well, actually, I think I might be able to get him. Offer him a 1-year deal. No. How about a 3? No, 2. And then, yeah, so I don't think I can get Hamdi Diallo. That sucks. Would have loved him to come back, but I don't think I can get him. So, okay, Hamdi Diallo. I mean, it sucks I can't get you, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter. So, I don't think we can get anybody else in free agency. We get like Derrick Rose, obviously, or something crazy like that. Maybe we sign Derrick Rose to be our backup point guard. He's going to go down in overall, though. You get Russell Westbrook here. That's kind of crazy. Minimum contract. He would almost accept it. What about, is Diallo still out here? I doubt it. Alec Burks, I guess we could go ahead and sign. Maybe he won't go down in overall. And then that's it. So Kevin Knox and Mays. Okay, play progression wise, Rudy Gobert is going down. Bradley Beal is going down. DeAndre Hunter up to an 83. Jerami Grant. And then Onyeka Okongwu, Osman, Alec Burks didn't go down too much, which is fine. And Sharif Cooper, maybe I should just promote him up to the team. Just that way he plays a little bit. He's outraged right now for me, but that's okay. We can fix that in a second. But let's go to next season. So Bradley Beal is on the Atlanta Hawks. We tried it with Dyson Daniels, did not work out. We flip him for Bradley Beal to make that win now move again. Now, obviously, I've given up a lot of assets in this video, and definitely something Atlanta, that's not the route Atlanta should take. Given you don't want to ever just trade assets like it doesn't matter, because that's basically what I've done today. So that is a little disappointing on my end, I'm not going to lie, but for the most part, I've accomplished what I've wanted to accomplish. I've built a championship caliber team around Trae Young, and I've got him some more help with Bradley Beal as well. So I'm feeling pretty good about this roster. I think with Rudy Gobert, Bradley Beal, Jerami Grant, DeAndre Hunter, this team could definitely accomplish something out east. So I'm hoping this year we're rewarded with the team that we have. I really wanted Dyson to become something, but I guess we got impatient with him and we trade for Bradley Beal. Would have much rather have Devin Booker, but regardless, I'm feeling pretty optimistic that this year can be really good. We'll go ahead and see what happens. Luka once again wins MVP. No surprise there. Victor wins Rookie of the Year on the Washington Wizards. So the Wizards are going full-on rebuild. They have Washington. They have Victor Wembanyama. And they have Dyson Daniels. So the Wizards definitely have a kind of cool foundation in Washington. So shout out to them. Malik Monk, 6th Man of the Year. Giannis Defensive Player. Then Gene Montero, Most Improved. Chris Finch, Coach of the Year. And Nathan Mack is your executive. And that is the Timberwolves. And the Timberwolves again. So Timberwolves, shout out to you. But all NBA first team. All NBA second team. We do have Trae Young making it this year, so that's really cool to see. And all NBA third team, and then all defensive first team, and all defensive second team. Gobert again. But this year we got the first seed, boys. So yeah, we were looking to retool. We accomplished what we wanted, and we got 29 points from Trae Young, 20.5 from Bradley Beal, 17 from DeAndre Hunter, 15 from Jerami Grant, and 11, and also 12, and then almost 3 blocks again from Gobert. So exactly where we want it to be. We are happy. Everyone is lit. I mean, if you look at Alec Burks' relations, he is lit right now. So things are going well. But obviously, we've gotten to this point. Now it's time to finish strong and win a championship here in Atlanta. So let's see who we get in first round. So we get the Philadelphia 76ers, who's kind of started this whole thing for Atlanta, who obviously blew that lead to the Atlanta Hawks in the Eastern Conference Final, or in the second round, to get the Hawks to the finals, or Eastern Conference Finals, I should say. So hopefully we take care of business and beat the Sixers. So winning current round, and we are up 2-1, and we beat them in 5. So we beat the Philadelphia 76ers, and now we get the Boston Celtics, who are currently down 3-2 to the Golden State Warriors. So it'll be interesting to see whether the Celtics can force a Game 7 or not. I believe they can. I think they will. We'll see what happens, though. Game 1, we're up 1-0 on the Boston Celtics. 44 from Trae Young, 23 from DeAndre Hunter. Game 2, we're up 2-0. Can we go up 3-0? No. Can we go up 3-1? No. Can we go up 3-2? No. We've lost 3 straight. Okay, not really where I want to be honest with you. I'd much rather just, be in the Eastern Conference Finals here. But if we're going to lose to the Boston Celtics, it's not going to look good on us, because we have given up a lot of assets to get where we are. And it looks like we are going to lose to the Boston Celtics in round 2. So we lose in 6 of the Boston Celtics. And we got the Pistons going on to lose to the Nuggets in 6 games. So the Nuggets go on to win a championship. So the only thing I can do is I think I can run it back one more year. So that is what we'll do. We'll run it back one more year, and we'll hope for the best. So we're not going to have assets again, but we definitely want to keep everybody. Thunder have number 1, number 2, bro. Thunder are about to get crazy over there. But I'm going to run it back one more time to see if another year of development. I mean, do we get another head coach? Maybe that was our problem. Tyronn Lue, man. If we can get Tyronn Lue, I wouldn't complain. Quinn Snyder, same thing. I'm not going to be able to offer these guys, though. Sloan, you have Nate McMillan, which I'd rather just, Nate McMillan be fine, too. And we get Nate McMillan. So Nate McMillan's back. That's fine. Guard Guru. We have Eli Irvin Knight, I guess, can come back. And then, okay. So on to player options, because I don't even care about the draft this year. We're looking to just come right back to where we were. So Will Richardson, I will accept. Qualifying offers, you have Onyeka Okongwu, some important free agents that definitely bring back, and then free agency. We got Onyeka Okongwu, Skylar Mays, and then Sharif Cooper was also somebody I definitely wanted back. So I don't want to renounce Sharif Cooper. I want him to actually be my backup point guard this next year. And Marjon Beauchamp is somebody I want back as well. So hopefully we just get all 3 of them back on their qualifying offers, and then we can be ready to go ahead and play this next season. And then I think we'll be good. Bradley Beal is under contract, right? Yeah, he's still there. Okay, just making sure. So we got everyone back, I think. Let's see. Hopefully get everyone back. Sharif, Boja, and Okongwu. Let's go. So all 3 of them are back. Trae Young goes down. Gobert goes down. Bradley Beal's at 85. Jerami Grant goes down. But we are looking to run it back one more year. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we are ready to go. Once again, we're going to simulate this next season. We're going to see how we do. Season number 3. Trae Young, Bradley Beal, year number 2. Hopefully this year leads to a championship. So at the end of this season, we went from, what was it, the 5th seed to the 1st seed, and now we're the 7th seed. So yeah, we're in the play-in tournament. So really disappointing, to be honest with you. Obviously, we're looking to be a championship caliber team, and it's just not working out that way at all for us. But hopefully we can get out of this play-in tournament and upset the 1st seed. We do. Okay, so we are in the playoffs, so we don't even have to worry about not missing. So I think as a 7th seed, though, we are scary for sure. I mean, we're still a really good team out east, and maybe as a 7th seed, I have a better advantage as well, because as we know, lower seeds in 2K just go off for some reason. But so I'm just gonna click somebody current round, and I'm gonna just live with the results. Somebody current round against Orlando, and we are going to lose in 7. So we almost came back from 3-0 deficit. Washington goes on to, I guess we can see who wins the championship real quick. But despite my best efforts with Atlanta Hawks today, we do not get to the Eastern Conference Finals once, and the Thunder go on to win the championship, which makes sense because I have to look at what the Thunder have right now. What is their roster? They have Shea, Giddey, Kwame Evans, Mark Williams, Mikey Williams, Wagner. Yeah, that roster is kind of, you know, just loaded with prospects. I mean, look at that. But regardless, boys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know, like I said in the video, like I said earlier in the video, let me know what you want to see the Atlanta Hawks do in real life and who you want to see them trade for. What should they do with John Collins? Things like that. But thank you guys for watching. We'll be back tomorrow. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.